This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by the midnight train, Richard Riakporhe here in London. Richard, just seen your campmate Fraser Clarke come through the test of Marius Wach unscathed. What did you make of his performance in there?
I think it was great. He got the job done. He did what he needed to do. We knew it was going to be a difficult fight in ways where he had to deal with different threats, different issues with somebody that's very experienced. Wach was in there with Dillian Whyte causing him problems. He's been in with everybody. He's never been stopped before, never been knocked out. So we knew it was could probably go the distance. But it's good for him because he needed the rounds. And that's the most important thing. With this game, you need that experience. And with that experience, you get better and better and you're able to look after yourself in there, so to speak.
There's obviously a lot of talk about that Fabio Wardley fight, the fallout around it. Being Fraser's campmate, what was Fraser's mentality like when there was a lot of talk about why he didn't take the fight in the end?
Yeah, look, Fraser's a fighter. Fraser's ready to fight whoever. There's a lot of things in the background which was out of his control, and that's why it didn't happen. When I see the fans online, they're slandering and speaking ill of Fraser, they don't understand the game. He's a fighter, and he would actually fight anybody. He doesn't have a problem. This is his job, and he's got a lot of heart.
We saw him say in his post-fight interview there, let's get it on to Fabio Wardley. Let's say if they do share the ring at some point towards the end of this year, how confident are you that your campmate can overcome him and claim that British crown?
Look, you see, with boxing, anything can happen. Heavyweight boxing, it just takes one punch, and it would just shift the whole scenario. So I feel like it depends on who performs on the night, and I have faith that Fraser will do his thing, 100%.
You have faith that he'd do his thing. Speaking of yourself, the midnight train has got some news. We've seen that you've been ordered to face Jai Opetaia, Masterneck pulling out and withdrawing from his mandatory position. What's the latest? What have boxers said to you about trying to make a deal there?
Yeah, of course. It only makes sense. I was trying to get a world title. We were trying to work behind the scenes, just trying to work on different opponents and stuff like that. Really tricky, man, trying to make these fights, I'll tell you. But yeah, finally we're in a position where nobody can duck and dive, and we can see who's the best. And I feel like out of the cruiserweight division, it's definitely me and him that are the best in the division. That's my opinion. So we're going to see who's number one.
Obviously, he's based out on the other side of the world. He's the champion. Are you confident a deal can be done? And if so, does the fight take place here, or do you have to travel for that opportunity?
Yeah, I don't care. Look, we have a goal, and that's to get the title by any means necessary. It doesn't matter where it is. If it's over there, then we just have to work strategically to make sure that we're in the best situation so we can perform, and that's all it is. And with this game, I guess, that Masterneck fight, that should have got made a while ago. I reckon probably money was the issue, why it didn't happen, and obviously I heard something through the grapevine. So it only makes sense that they come to where the money's at. That's right here.
You have dynamite in both of your hands, Richard. You're a heavy-handed guy when you step between the ropes. I spoke to Josh Warrington before, and he mentioned when he broke his jaw, he was kind of a little bit cautious when he fought Luis Alberto Lopez. He lost that on points. Do you think that when Jai Opetaia steps between the ropes once again, and if it is you to be you next, that he might be cautious with you, especially knowing about the power that you possess?
Yeah, I think it's intelligent to be cautious. I think his coach would definitely be cautious. For a jaw to break like that, you don't really hear about injuries like that, right? Maybe his bones might be a little less dense. I wouldn't even say brittle, because he's a fighter, but I can say by the shape of his face, he might have soft bones, but it is what it is. I don't think about that and think, yeah, it's going to be an easier fight. I'm thinking of a perfect Jai Opetaia, performed and ready to perform better than he's ever performed before. That's what I set in my mind. That's what I set in my mind. So, I'm ready for the competition. If me personally, I know that once you break bones, it's never the same again. I know that for a fact. And the worst thing you want to break is bones in your face, because whether you take a shot in the same place or another place, it might alter everything, or you might have everything may cave in, let's just say. And you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm going to be trying to aim for that.
A perfect Jai Opetaia, a perfect Richard Riakporhe. What's the outcome of that fight?
Riakporhe KO.
Do you have a message for him?
Man, be ready, man. Just be ready, bro. You know, it's going down under. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you've just you're going out there, man.
That's it. Hey, you're gonna be a shrimp on a Barbie. Shrimp.
Richard, thank you. I'll leave you to work on your impression.
Big respect to the Australian fans. You know, I respect Jay, solid fighter, and I respect the victory over Maris Breeders. Big victory, man. Respect for that. And I'll see you soon.